or friends of anyone here might go on vacation to Jamaica, to Mexico, even Kenya, and have a baby. If both parents are United States citizens, that child, when came back with a passport, is considered natural born. In the case of Barack Obama, one of his parents was a United States citizen, his mother. His father wasn't. So you have to look at the law in effect at the time of the birth. In 1961, the law was that the citizen of the United States, that could be mom or dad, must have lived here for 10 years. 5 of those years had to be after the age of 14. 14 and 5 is 19. She was only 18. Now, some people might say, hey, Phil, you're playing with technicalities. I didn't write the law. Someone else wrote the law. That's what it was for years. It's changed now, but that's what it was for years. So therefore, when she had the baby in Kenya, Barack Obama is not natural born. But hypothetically, if he was born in Hawaii, and he was just there, we don't see a birth certificate. We see them playing around again this week with saying there's a birth certificate, but using the same certification of live birth. Now, a certification of live birth is supposed to have the same information, although less, than the birth certificate. But when you have a fraudulent document, it's obviously not the same. When you look at that document closely, you see the name Maya underneath, M-A-Y-A, which is his stepsister. In an interview several years ago, the stepsister said he was born in one hospital. Then they asked Barack Obama where he was born, and he said in the other hospital. So, you know, when you're lying, you're all over the place. But hypothetically, if he was born in Hawaii, he lost his citizenship when he went to Indonesia by being in the school system there. Indonesia in the 1960s did not provide for dual citizenship. Therefore, he became a citizen of Indonesia. Even though he's young, he follows the parents, and he was adopted or acknowledged by his stepfather. And that's on the records that I have on our website. It says Barry Sotoro, it says nationality Indonesia, and it says religion Islam. Well, I'm not going to go into religion. That's a whole other issue, because he said he's never been a Muslim. He's never been anything except what he wants to tell you, he is that day. Excuse me. At age 10, Mom sent him back to live with her parents in Hawaii. One of two things occurred at that time. He either went through immigration or he didn't. If he went through immigration, he would have been given a certificate of citizenship. But because he was a citizen of Indonesia, he would only have been now naturalized if he came back. If he didn't go through immigration, which is possible, 10-year-old, Mom could have just sent back on however he got to Indonesia, on an Indonesia passport or what, then he would be today, believe it or not, an illegal alien, and therefore he cannot hold his seat as United States Senator from Illinois. So I think these are questions we are real concerned, because in the past month he has been receiving top secret briefings, as both candidates for president are. We're in jeopardy if he's not able to serve. And why can't he answer these questions? And the judge, when he dismissed my case in Philadelphia, made an erroneous decision saying I don't have standing. If I don't have standing, it means you don't have standing, and you don't have standing, and you don't. That means Arnold Schwarzenegger should have just ran. But what is Arnold Schwarzenegger, the governor of California? What does he say? He says, you want me to run for president? Amend the Constitution. What does Obama say? I don't need the Constitution. I'm stepping on the Constitution. I'm the candidate for change. I'll do whatever I want. He's having this big gathering in Chicago for 1 million people. It's hard for me it's hard for me to go after some of these things, because some of you don't know. I'm not a Republican. I'm a Democrat my whole life. But I am doing this for one reason, and that's why I'm here at the Supreme Court and pushing forth. There's nothing more important than our U.S. Constitution.
That's right.
And if we don't follow our Constitution, we've lost, in my opinion, during this past administration, many rights during the past 8 years. To now look after and not follow the Constitution for a basic premise of this, I'm going to be filing a motion to Justice Souter for an injunction to stay the election of November 4th, 2008. There's a major issue we've been dealing with across this country. It's been around for over a year, and in June of 2008, what happened? Obama put on their website, on their campaign website, a document called a certification of live birth. The document is a forgery. They keep playing with it and keep saying it's a birth certificate. It's our position that Obama does not meet the criteria, the qualifications to be President of the United States. And it's very possible that he doesn't even meet the qualifications to be a United States Senator from Illinois. It's really a disgrace. It's a hoax by their campaign, and I'm hoping that the U.S. Supreme Court will see and have justice on this. They put this document on called Certification of Live Birth. If he had a birth certificate from Hawaii, why didn't he produce it? If any of you misplaced your birth certificate, you could get a new one in 2, 3, 4 days. I think a U.S. Senator could get a new one in about 2 hours. He was just in Hawaii. Where is it? We have evidence that he was born. His paternal grandmother states, and she's all over Kenya, stating, "I'm so proud my grandson's going to be President of the United States." And I was with him. I was in the hospital when he was born on August 4th, 1961. So who's kidding who? I say it's significant because in June of 2008, 2 months before I even got involved in this case, that's when they put this document on their website. Since then, they have had support from factcheck.org. Well, who are they? Well, that is owned by Annenberg out of Chicago, and significant is that that is the board that Obama sat on with William Ayers. So there might be a little conflict of interest there. But significant after that is the fact that my phone, I should shut off wherever it is here. Sorry about that. Significant is at his parents divorced. After his parents divorced, his mother remarried. In his book, because Obama has told us many things, in his book he states, "My stepfather went back to Indonesia before I did. When my mother and I returned or went to Indonesia, I went immediately to school." Well, to go to school in the 1960s in Indonesia, you had to be a natural born of Indonesia. Now, obviously, he wasn't born there, but he was either adopted by his stepfather or acknowledged by his stepfather, and he then became a citizen of Indonesia. When he returned at age 10, and that's evidence on my website, which is obamacrimes.com. I'm sure you've all been there. And there's no interest in this, by the way, maybe the mainstream media, but my website, which has been up for a little over 8 weeks, has had 86 million hits, because people across this country are very concerned. On the document, which is on our website, is the certificate from school there, and it shows his name as Barry Soetoro. If he hasn't gone through the legal procedure to change his name, Barack Hussein Obama, his name might be really Barry Soetoro legally. He has a lot of explanation to do, but he doesn't answer any questions. You know, nothing is important to him. Bill Ayers is not important to him. Bernadine Dohrn is not important to him. Reverend Wright, nothing's important. We're not asking, by the way, for his Social Security number. We're not asking for his bank account number. We're not asking for how much money he has in the bank. What are we asking for? We're asking for a birth certificate, which each of you need every day of your life for something. A gentleman called me and said he'd been carrying his certification of live birth around for 40 years in his wallet. He went to get a passport, and they told him it's no good. He needed his birth certificate. Someone else called me and said they took their child to register for Little League, used the certification of live birth. They wouldn't accept it. They needed a birth certificate. So what we're asking for here is not that hard. Obama is saying to us, I want to be your president. I want you to employ me for the next 4 years. So what we're saying back is, show us that you're a natural-born citizen. There's 3 requirements for president, 3 qualifications. 1, you be 35 years of age, he is. 1, you've lived in the country for 14 years. And 3rd, you'll be a natural-born citizen. He's not. We believe he's born in Kenya. Now, even if he's born in Hawaii, I'll tell you, he's not natural-born anymore. You say, how can that be? And first off, let me clarify one. Also, what's outrageous is when I filed my lawsuit, they had 20 days to respond. The Democratic National Committee and Obama. Forget the Federal Election Commission for a minute. On the last day to respond, what happened? They filed a joint response motion to dismiss. You know how outrageous that is? The Obama and the Democratic National Committee filed a joint response. Now think about that.